folks, this is a 1 versus 1 cast for you. I'm going to apologise in advance if you hear snoring / heavy breathing in the background. That is my dog currently lying on my bed and I do not wish to disturb him. Right, so, as I said, this is a 1 versus 1 between Captain Conundrum in green over here and RLM Max in red on the other side of this moon. Max has opened with a vehicle factory compared to Captain Conundrum, who's gone for a bot factory. Both players getting out their fabricators before any anti-air stuff. However, Captain Conundrum has followed it up with a stinger. Max has not yet brought out any extra sort of defensive units. He's just going straight for lots of fabricators and then getting air. Don't forget that Max does love to rush T2 air, so we might see that in this engagement. Looking at the spawns briefly, just zooming out, I think both players have roughly the same sort of spawns really, though Max has a bit more in terms of a directional expansion, whereas Captain Conundrum is sort of in a hub expansion, if you will, where it's more equal around the outskirts of his base, whereas Max definitely has to move in order to expand. Captain Conundrum, though, after that hub, does have to move in any direction he wishes to expand, and Max is already expanding, so he's getting up some nice metal and has actually got a metal advantage on Captain Conundrum, looking up in the top left of the screen. However, he is running a deficit in energy, so he does want to build some more energy up. Captain Conundrum now scouted Max at this point, so he does know that Max is expanding a lot and has got air up and is building a hummingbird first, so he's going to be able to defend his borders from the scouts and potentially any bumblebee raids which may follow. Indeed, here's Captain Conundrum with a bumblebee, going to try and snipe off some fabricators. Depends on, can he get out before the hummingbird shoots him? He drops a bomb, one worker goes down. Very nice kill there. Can he get another one before that hummingbee shoots him? The turning circle is just too big. Can he get off another one? No, he cannot. That was unfortunate. Max does lose one fabricator, however, continues to expand relatively unhindered. A couple of docks moving across the field now, and hummingbirds exchanging blows. Another bumblebee coming out, I believe. Captain Conundrum getting up more energy. He's not yet running a deficit, but he's not floating either. Max is now floating metal because he has a ridiculous amount. Captain Conundrum building up some static defences on your expansions. This is always a good idea. Getting up static defences will mean that those pesky raiders will not get as much of a reward when they do. Whoops, I don't know what happened there. When they do decide to raid. Captain Conundrum now getting up a vehicle factory and another bot factory while still expanding. So that's rather curious. Although he does have the eco to support multiple factories going up at once, can he support them all being created at once? Goodness me, he's rallied. Queued up a whole load of factories all over the planet. I suspect that's to sort of cover expansions. I think the bumblebee there managed to get off a couple more worker kills, which is fantastic. There are a few more now getting up some radar, which is going to give Max the eco he needs, not eco, sorry, recon he needs. Excuse me. Or the intel, shall we say. I don't know what happened to my language there in recognition. Neither player moving up to T2 as of yet, which is curious. We'll probably see that momentarily once a few more P-gens go up from both players, but now that they're both starting to float eco, they make transition. Indeed, here's the vehicle factory now, T2 from Max, so we're going to see some potentially Vanguard, Leveler and Sheller mix coming out, because of course the death ball of all three is the worst thing. Scouts up here, can the bumblebee take out 2 workers? Yes it can. That expansion is denied. Very well done there from Captain Conundrum. That bumblebee is going to go down, but he managed to completely stop that expansion before, so it's going to give him a chance to create these, another chance to create these factories and defend that expansion from the ground before Max goes in there and claims it for his own. But yes, as I was saying, the death balls of Leveler, Sheller and Vanguard mix is really quite powerful mid to late game. You only need, say, 5 Vanguards, maybe 3 Shellers, 3 Levelers, and that ratio is really quite powerful, especially when pounding against defences, because of course the Shellers can just stay out of range and get rid of the defences, the Vanguards can move in, and then the Levelers can support anything that can support the Vanguards and keep them alive for a little bit longer. Now, Captain Conundrum here is something that I wouldn't recommend particularly. Long lines of energy, very easy to raid, if units actually get in there, especially Vanguards and Infernos. They just have to move along in a straight line and it's all done. Whereas if you sort of blop it out in all sorts of different directions, it's alright. We have a T2 vehicle factory planned now from Captain Conundrum. But going back to the energy, I mean, the thing with the, like, he's got multiple long lines, so I guess it sort of cancels it out, because if you lose one, you've still got the other. But as long as they're not adequately defended, that's still a danger. Max is going to get up his vehicle factory first. He does have additional build power on it now. 6 fabricators, that's quite a large amount of build power, and he's not running a deficit at all, so that's going to go up very quickly. Let's have a look at what Captain Conundrum has got with his. Only 2, so that's going to take quite a while compared to Max, who's going to be able to get out those units. Ooh, there goes my dog. Those units much faster than Captain Conundrum, and could potentially cause Captain Conundrum a few problems here. Although Conundrum is getting up a few more T1 factories, so if he manages to out-micro Max, he can potentially defend reasonably well. I do believe he has scouted the vehicle factory, which is now producing Vanguard first. Let's just have a look to see whether he has scouted it. No, he hasn't. No, he has not. That docks is painfully close to seeing it. But unfortunately it's moved past now. Can I get my vision back? Yes, thank you. But the Vanguard is out, not the Vanguard, the Sheller. Gosh, the icons are far too similar. They really are far too similar. So yeah, Sheller first. Oh no, it was Vanguard first, and then Sheller, and then Vanguard. Yeah, I knew I was right. But the docks there managing to take out another fabricator. Another expansion is denied from Max, so he's going to get falling behind in metal. You can see there Captain Conundrum is almost double the amount of metal income, although he is running a deficit. But the T2 vehicle's now moving across the map. Now what I was saying about the vision on the vehicles and stuff was because he's put up this laser turret here, which is going to be able to defend against these Vanguards. If the Bumblebees go out and see those as well, if he keeps producing those, he can actually get rid of them. These docks need to move before they're killed by that Sheller. Oh gosh, 4 and a Stinger in one, or 3 and a Stinger, and another one. You've got to pay attention, especially when you see T2 units coming on the field. This is going to be a pain for Captain Conundrum if he cannot answer to this reasonably well. He has got a few laser turrets going up, however, the Shellers can stay out of range of those and absolutely destroy them, provided the Vanguards give them the cover they require from docks and the ants. I refuse to call them anything else. They are now unit cannons, but let's not get our knickers in a twist with regards to that. So you see now how this is encroaching on the base. Vanguards are getting painfully close, and the commander is on the front lines with Vanguards approaching. Not the best place to be, but he does of course have the Uber cannon. He is now running a deficit on energy, so he's not going to be able to fire it as fast as he'd like. That Vanguard is going to go down before it gets a little bit too close, however, which is very fortunate. He does just about manage to muster all the T1 defences he requires, and the laser turrets as well. At this point, Max, seeing all those defences, are probably going to think about transitioning to more Shellers. Indeed he is. He's got a repeat build queue, but potentially we might even see some T2 air coming up. These docks over here have done a fantastic job from Captain Conundrum, doing a lot of raiding, denying complete expansion from Max. Max is now almost a third of Captain Conundrum's metal income. Captain Conundrum also has expansions all over the map. Massive map control difference here, and a lot of docks just sitting sentry, probably waiting for a backdoor entry point. Now Captain Conundrum has T2 fabricators coming out, and the vehicles now following that, so he's going to be able to get that energy up. But, oh wow, there's a Vanguard getting through the defences. He's just about going to die just before he gets to that laser turret. It's going to be close. Is he going to get a little bit of damage off? No, that was incredibly close. You do need more laser turrets as soon as you see that many Vanguards on the field, because, of course, with Vanguards on the field, you can mass them easily. And at that point, it takes a lot to get them down. I think Max realises he's defeated with surrounding on all sides, killed his commander there. I think he'd realised quite how outmatched he was and that he had not expanded. Very well played from Captain Conundrum, securing all the land he possibly could in the time available, getting up T1 structures all over the planet as well. And I believe in the latest patch, therefore, Max has decided not to go for T2 air, but instead T2 vehicles. Look at all of that. Fantastic. Anyway, thanks for watching, folks. Hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to pop a like if you liked it. And, yeah, give me feedback so I can improve. I will be bringing you lots more Planetary Annihilation videos in the coming few days, weeks, months. So keep an eye out for those and subscribe to stay updated with all my stuff. And again, thanks for watching, and as always, have a nice day.